Welcome to the first episode of the Gamer's Time Capsule. I am your host, Jay LaRock, and we are powered by ObsoleteGamer.com. You can find this podcast everywhere, so help us out with those 5-star reviews, likes, everything to keep us going, because our goal here is to provide a time capsule. And for people that don't know what that means, usually what you do with a time capsule is you take important things, of the time, things that are important to you, you put it in somewhere, and then you bury it, and then you dig it up maybe 10, 20 years later and look at it. Well, in this case, what I'm trying to do is get some of the best gamer-related stories and put them together so that you can see it anytime. Because look, there's a lot of podcasts out there, right? So there are a lot of people that have a lot of great things to say. Sometimes, though, depending on the podcast, it could be topical. It could have an expiration date. So if you're talking about a specific game or a patch or something, and then 2-3 weeks later, it may not be relevant. It still can be a great show that you go back and listen to later, but it's not going to be something that you're just thinking like, oh man, I really want to listen about an old patch, or even like an old edition or something like that. But with gamer stories, it's different, because a really good story you tell over and over again. And especially at this point, I'm an older gamer now, I think back on awesome stories, at least awesome to me. And you can sit back and reminisce and talk about them and have a really great time. And to me, that's what I would like to bring to a podcast. Those type of stories that you can listen to anytime and over again. You're driving home and you say to yourself, you know what? I'd like to listen to that story about the guy who met his wife while playing EverQuest. Oh, I want to see that story about the guy who was talking trash and just got totally owned and blew up over Discord. So that's what I'm looking to collect. So I'm going to be reaching out to pretty much everybody. Doesn't matter if you're famous, if you're a pro gamer, if you're a celebrity, or if you're just a regular Joe. If you got a good story, we want to hear it. Now, in the future, I'm not going to do all these long intros, because the goal here is also to make this short and to the point. We're here to tell stories, and we want to give you an example of what we're looking for. So, this first episode is actually pulling some stories that came from the Obsolete Gamer Show, which you can still also find on various podcast hosting sites. And what we want to do is grab a couple of stories to make up a theme so you guys get an idea of what we're looking to do in this podcast. So the theme for this first one has to do about going up against people who think that they're a little bit better than they are and gets humbled. So, you showed up, you messed around, and then you found out. That's pretty much what it is. So this first story came from our co-host Joshua, and it's really an awesome example of someone talking a lot of trash to the point where they put their money where their mouth is, and it just doesn't go right.
You're gonna laugh. This is so bad. I'm gonna say it because it needs to be said, and it was just a blow up.
That's what this show's for.
This guy named Nico Imp, his gamer tag was Nico Imp. I don't even know what type of a name that is.
Call you out.
Dude, he got burned. That's all I gotta say. This is bad. All right, so he shows up to this thing after talking smack on this Mortal Kombat 9 page that we had for months. Oh, you guys are terrible. Like, just bad. Just, you guys suck, and I'm the best, and you suck, and, and just, like, layers and layers of that. And we're like, just come out then. Just come out then. Oh, I only play for money. And they're like, okay, money match then. $20. No, it's got to be 100. And I'm like, this guy's about to pay somebody. Like, this is somebody's payday. I go, we all send Ozzy a message. We're like, Ozzy, you got to money match this guy. Oh, what's he want? $100. Yeah. Tell him yeah. So Newbie is his name, his gamer tag. He's a Cyrax player, and he plays him in casuals with Kung Lao. And he's playing him, and he's like, it's going back and forth somewhat, but we just feel like Ozzy's just messing with this guy. Like, he's trolling him, and he's making him feel like he can play. So then Ozzy goes, hey, before you leave, because the guy was gonna, I guess, try to leave early or something. Hey, let's play that money match now. So he plays the money match. He makes the guy play the money match, and Ozzy fucking mops him like 5 games in a row. Like, not even a round lost, double flawlesses towards the end. And the guy's just like humiliated. And then Ozzy is like 6'5", big, might be like the bulkiest member out of like anybody in the community. He lifts weights, big old dragon tattoo. And he's like, hey, so where's the money? Oh, I don't have it on me. There's an ATM around the corner. I'm going to walk with you. He walked up to the ATM and got his money. I was like, yo, this guy was talking shit for 6 months. And then he fucking gets mopped. Oh my god. It was bad.
Damn.
That guy never showed up again. Not one post, nothing. Yo, we were all like, yo, where's this guy at? We want to play him now too. And he was gone.
That's probably his allowance for his whole year, man.
That was his allowance for his lifetime. Done.
Damn, man, you taking kids as like Christmas money. That's like his bat mitzvah money and shit.
He wasn't
bro.
a kid. He
wasn't
brought
a kid.
the kid to the tournament.
Oh, damn, man, that was his child support.
Got slapped.
His kid's crying. He's like, Dad, you took my Christmas money.
Yo,
he's like, there ain't gonna be no Christmas.
Nintendo DS, dog. Sorry, kid.
Damn. Next thing you know, you see him at the factory. You like, and I'm not talking about the father. I'm talking about the kid. The kid's
like,
at the factory.
I didn't get the DS that year, man. Changed my life. Put in game.
Next thing you know how they have those thug life videos. It's gonna be the kid. It's gonna be like, man, my father got his ass kicked in a tournament, and I turned to the thug life.
You didn't buy me a DS. Now look at me.
Like sons, tell your fathers to stop talking shit. You're gonna end up
stop
like
money
me.
Method people. Stop.
Money matches for life.
Money losses for life.
So, just to be clear, not all stories have to be something where someone got owned. It doesn't have to be vulgar or anything like that. You know, we take all stories. We're not going to censor you. I mean, within reason. I mean, come on, guys. But, you know, we want to hear all types of stories. Good stories, stories where things didn't go right, funny stories. Funny is really what we're looking for. That's the key here. So this next example, unfortunately, it still dwells into the raunchy side. So, like, you know, if you're sensitive to cursing, things like that, then this story ain't for you. But listen, the truth is that in some of these games, you know, people get crazy, and I definitely think that there's a difference between, you know, cursing and trolling and playing around and then actually being hateful. So there's a difference, guys. But this does have to do with the art of trolling, especially when you're playing competitive games. And this features the president of Obsolete Gamer, Ignacio, talking about some of his trolling moments and just crazy encounters that he's had with his friends while playing competitive gaming.
You know, I heard that, you know, prior you guys were pretty notorious for your trolls. I mean...
that was back in the day.
Back in the day?
That was before my time.
Come on, there's gotta be some good stories or some trolling that you did that you gotta tell me about. Come on, you had to know that we was gonna ask you about that.
Oh, there's so many
well,
times.
You remember when we were playing League of Legends with that kid that
Which one?
I hope that kid's alive. We didn't do anything evil to him, but
oh Lord. Just talk about lawsuits.
Hey, I'm gonna say the kid's name, but only the first name. His name was Aiden, and it was like a friend of a friend. It wasn't like he just started playing with us because basically he's like, hey, look, people actually that invited me, and like he would be every time we would be on him on TeamSpeak. It's like, hey, AIDS, and he's like, that's not my name. AIDS.
I like how you know. He's like, who Aiden? And it's like, no, AIDS. Oh, I know who that is now.
We know all about AIDS.
Oh yeah. His play style gave us all AIDS.
Oh my god, dude! Because he would pick Shen, which is like a tank. At least back then it was. Fuck it, I don't know how you play it now, but basically back then you played it as a tank. What would he build? Like attack speed or something?
Yeah, he'll build like attacking power or whatever.
or
like, play him
movement speed or something. And just get wrecked every day.
The easiest player to play up top. Yeah. We weren't much of teachers, and if we were like style teachers. So if you wanted to learn, you had to deal with us, kind of.
Yeah, we were like Spartans. We were like, okay, this baby was born with like a mole on the shoulder. All right, throw it off the mountain. Like, fucking, it's effective. Destroy it.
Right. I was really competitive in League of Legends. Like, I almost got diamond if my actual life didn't get in the way. But,
well, as it usually happens.
Right.
I mean, I remember a bunch of one time that I was playing with Trey and Taco and a bunch of the other troll kids, and I broke up with a girlfriend because of the game we were playing.
Oh, what's that?
Because we were on TeamSpeak, and I think we were playing. I don't know if we were playing ranked or something, but it was like one of the last times that I was playing solo. And you guys are like, man, because I'm like, all of a sudden my phone rings, and I'm like, oh shit. And then it's like, then the phone stopped ringing, and then I got a text saying like, you better fucking pick up or you're gonna regret it. And then the phone rings again, and I'm like, hey guys, I'm gonna be muted the whole time, but like I had my earphone
and he
on
kept
like halfway.
He was a trooper.
And I'm just typing the whole fucking time. And dude, like I felt like if I had a gun to the back of my head, because basically the whole time I'm with her and she's like arguing with me, and I'm like, dude, like I'm doing a thing I can't pause. And like basically like I break up with her on the phone, but like I had gotten like 40 kills and 0 deaths.
We still won that game. I'm glad you didn't leave. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
It was worth the relationship, wasn't it?
Oh no, fuck yeah. Dude, that shit was ranked.
You know, it's it's when you kill the Baron or the Dragon, you get a little buff. So when he broke up with his relationship, it's got a buff counter. It's like, oh. Now he's got extra damage, extra attack speed.
He's ready now.
Dude, that shit's like Avengers. Hopefully they don't sue us for mentioning it. But basically it's like the Hulk is like my secret. I'm always angry, you know? And like that game, oh, I was fucking pissed.
Oh yeah. I mean, you were playing like you were pissed, but you were still level-headed. Like.
Oh no, yeah. Yeah, for me it's like if I'm gonna be playing a game like that, I mean I could be bleeding. And if it affects my gameplay, that's it. I would report myself. Like I don't fucking fuck around.
That's cool. Yeah, you're always good at that stuff. In World of Warplanes and everything. Oh
yeah,
my
like
God.
I mean, basically, like if let's say like I'm sick, I have a fever or something. If it affects my gameplay by like maybe 10% of my stats, I don't play that game that day.
Yeah.
Like I'll go watch a movie or something.
Yeah.
What would you say your best troll was, though? I mean,
wait, okay, hold on.
We do it so often.
Do you remember when we would try to convince people that we were a Christian?
TeamSpeak.
we were missionaries or something. We
just invite random people on. We're like, oh no, we don't curse in here. This is a Christian TeamSpeak. You're gonna have to leave. And then like 5 minutes later, we'll say like an F-bomb. And like not say anything about it, and then when someone else tries to say anything disrespectful, we just all jump on them like, yo, no, you can't say that in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fun.
Or
I remember this kid. He stayed up. Like we was like, you better not leave. And his dad was like, yeah, son, you need to get off the game. It's time to go to bed. Like an hour ago. He's still playing. We're like, yo, don't leave. Then his dad comes up. We're here. Oh no, Dad, no, please, Dad. And he needs his mic. We never heard from that kid again.
There's like domestic abuse going on, you know, there's like child abuse, and it's like, oh shit.
He's like, Father, you have dishonored me in front of the clan.
But Father, they told me I could not leave. Who's they? The troll kid.
Well, the worst one ever for me was I was playing some card game called Battleforge, which was basically like Magic the Gathering RTS game. And we were playing like some mission that required like 4 players, and it was like myself, Ramiro, my younger brother, and some random kid I don't know how the fuck he added me to friends list, but basically like we're doing this one match, right? And it takes like 40 to 50 minutes to finish it no matter what, because there's like checkpoints to that mission. And there was only 5 minutes left. But like you gotta like pay attention in that game, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, hey guys, and like, you know, typing like a fucking idiot. Like, hey guys, like everything misspelled. I gotta go. And I'm like, what? Dude, there's like 4 minutes left. Stop fucking around. And he's like, I gotta go to church. I gotta go pray. And I'm like, I unfriended that motherfucker. And he left the match and we lost and we were laughing so hard. We were like, oh, what? like, why would you start the game if you know you gotta go to church?
Yeah. Shoot. Wasting everyone's time.
Well, you remember when we were playing Guild Wars 2, when we were gonna do that dungeon for the first time with my Brazilian friend, and that motherfucker had to go to a party, like in
pizza party. That's
yeah, pizza party. Pizza party had to go to a party in 40 minutes, right? So, you know, because it's pizza party, he's like, man, I want to try this dungeon, and we're like, oh, bro, we already did the dungeon with us. He's like, oh no, come on, guys, I've been waiting to do the dungeon with you guys. And then it's like, he starts doing the fucking dungeon with us. And like, we already told him, like, hey, look, you might not want to do the dungeon. It's probably going to take 2 hours to do it.
I could be late to the party. That's fine.
I'll be a little bit late. So it's like 40 minutes pass by, right? And like, he goes, hey, guys, I was supposed to already have gone to take a shower. And we're like, we told you not to join us. But, hey, I guess we'll hurry, right? And like, the harder we tried, the more we died. So like, it took even longer. And then he's like, my wife comes into the room and she's staring at me like she wants to kill me. We're like, well, we don't blame her for that. And then he's like, we hear like fucking shit being thrown at him.
Yeah, he mutes his mic.
Screaming, and he mutes his mic because of domestic violence shit. And then like, after like a while, we hear like just harsh breathing, like, and we're like, hey, are you okay? He's like, yeah, I'm going to be able to finish the dungeon now. And we're like,
what happened?
Yeah, what happened? And we're like laughing, like we know what happened. And he's like, she left. She left to the party. And we're like, bro, go. We'll be able to finish the dungeon without you. And he's like, no, this is important. And we're like, bro, call your wife. That's your fucking wife. She left your house. He's like, nah,
we're fine.
Not going to talk to me for a week. Let's just keep playing.
You know, it's sad because I've actually been part of too many TeamSpeaks where I've heard like fights where it seems like either a divorce was happening or at least in the future that fight would be the reason why the divorce happened.
Alright, so now you got a sample, an idea of what we're looking for here. We're looking for video game stories that are funny, that are heartwarming, that are exciting, that stand the test of time. And of course, everyone's going to have their own feeling on what they like or what they're not, you know, because everyone, it's like with comedy, it's subjective. Some person might think that this story was funny, another person might think it's not. Someone might think that, oh, this was a heartwarming story, the other one might think it's boring. We get that. But the point is to try to collect as many as we can. So that's why we need your help. We want you to give us stories. You can either come on and tell us a story yourself, or if you'd just rather tell us the story and then have us relay it out for the podcast, that's fine as well. But the point is to get it out there. And we'll also plug whatever you want us to plug within reason, of course. So you can always hit us up. You can hit me on my Twitter page. It's JALARAQUE. You can also hit us at ObsoleteGamer on Twitter and just let us know if you want to come on or give us a story. But until next time, thanks for opening up the Gamer Capsule. We'll be back.